I'll welcome you all to this video. We've got some great information about to come up today. I'm here with Dave Savula, and everybody that's been around a minute or more knows Dave Savula as the #1 income earner with our company, top business builder, but the top organization builder with our company, and he's got people throughout North America in his organization, and there's nobody that knows more about that subject than the person I'm with here today, Dave Savula. But I do want to mention just a little bit about where we are. You know, so many times we talk about sales in the small business marketplace. In the small business marketplace, I'm so excited about not just the small business plan, but the small business marketplace, because small business opens up the door to everything. It creates leverage for every area. You've got plan leverage because the small business owner can buy everything that we've got. You've got premium leverage because the premium is higher, you make higher commission. You've even got retention leverage because the retention's better, which creates more renewals for you. You have people leverage because they've got employees and so on that work for them. So for all those reasons, the small business marketplace is a great marketplace to work in. You even have time leverage because all of us work with small businesses on a regular basis, and you don't even have to go out to work. It's advisable if you do, but you can work while you're out, interacting with your insurance people, your dry cleaners, your mechanics, all those things. Well, that's kind of frames our marketplace, and I think it's the most undersold, underdeveloped, most opportunistic market that we have out there with Legal Shield today. And nobody, and I'm the recipient of this also as someone that Dave personally invited into this business, but nobody knows more about team building than Dave Savula. And Dave, if you could talk just a little bit about your philosophy on building a team, recruiting, for everybody here that's watching today, I'd appreciate it.
Well, very good point, Nick, in regards to the service and the product we offer, especially to the small business owners today. And again, it's just a market that's so huge, we really don't even know how big this thing is. I know that Alan Fernley, our president of our company, he's referred to the fact it's a $60 billion industry, and we haven't even hit $1 billion yet. So look out for the, the opportunity that's available here. You know, when I first got involved in Legal Shield a number of years ago, my primary interest was the product. You know, I was just really, I was just elated to the fact that there was a product like this that even existed in the marketplace. I could have access to the legal system. And, as a result of going out, visiting the home office, meeting the people and everybody that was involved with Legal Shield, I recognized that the opportunity was huge and that we could do something really interesting in developing an incredible sales force, getting this market into a place that would that absolutely would explode at some point in time. And we're right now we're just sitting on the the sideline of opportunity, ready to get in the playing field in a much bigger way. But my interest was in developing the product and then developing a team. And I really didn't know at the time what would be the best way to to get this underway. But I did know one thing, that the number one the number one key to success is the exposure side of it. And I knew if I sit down with somebody and expose it to them, then as a result of it, I'd probably get, one of three things would happen. They either become a member, they would become a member and an associate, and maybe never do anything, but then they become an associate and a member that has some interest in developing and building an organization and building a team. So, that was the three types of people that I knew that were going to be, would be involved in our business model, and everybody's necessary is what it comes down to. But in building a team, the key factor is that you got to make people comfortable. Okay, when a brand new person is getting involved in our business, they're not sure. Well, am I going to be overimposing this on my family and friends or whatever? And they're a little scared and a little nervous about all this. And like I've always told people, I says, number one thing you want to do in any business model is give it a test run. And so, the key factor is that, just like you, let's put together a few people. Let's see what the response is. If it's good, then great. If it's not, then we'll find another method of moving ahead with it. But let's do that exposure. So today we call that presentation a PBR, private business reception. And as a result of it, inviting few people over, taking a look at the business model was one of the first ways that I got started. Then from there, we'd find out there was interest. There was interest in the room, maybe 2 or 3 couples. Maybe another couple would say, hey, look, I'd like to do this. I've got a list of people and friends and acquaintances and, business owners and so forth. And so we'd move the process from that, particular facility, maybe that person's home or office, to their so-called comfort zone. And at that point in time, I would come back and do another presentation. And the reason I would do the presentation, number one, I was most experienced, and I wanted to make sure people got a full dose of what the opportunity and the business model was all about. And then teaching that process to the people that were just getting in, and they would be actually taught by watching me present the program. After 2 or 3 times, they pretty well saw, well, Dave doesn't change much. It's the same presentation over and over again. So I could probably duplicate this movie. And of course, today, with the tools that we've got, you know, we've got the flip charts, we've got the DVDs, we've got the entire internet process available. It's not very difficult to learn how to do a presentation. But the key factor was then to build leadership, And with that brand new person, after 2 or 3 times, they became a presenter. And if you can become a reasonable presenter at this, the results are going to be very favorable for you. And then I would go down and work with another person in that particular individual's organization. Teach the same process, do the same thing over and over and over again, until I got 3 or 4 key leaders, and I knew that that organization was going to be very strong. Now, with that, we started attaching that to weekly meeting systems in our local market area to support that, luncheons and breakfasts to support that, and that continuation of that process is exactly what I started with about 18, 19 years ago. It really was the key to the success of the business. You know, this is not a business of great talent. You don't have to be very talented to build a team. All you got to do is be active, all right? And if you're out there every day, every single day, you know, exposing, the results are going to come. I'm just with you, you know, 7-figure income earner in this business today, have developed an incredible organization in Salesforce, and you still do the same thing. So team building is something that we need to recognize, like McDonald's and Holiday Inns and all the great success stories in the world today. They're successful because they did what? They allowed other people to own, operate, and profit. And with that, they earned an override for helping them. And those business models are success stories that will be told long after you and I are gone and the world continues on. So.